Hey, what's up, you guys? WWE fan 0599 here again, and today we're going to review The Transporter Refueled. So, The Transporter Refueled stars Ed Sheeran, I believe that's what his name is, and what this film is about. It's about, Frank Martin, the transporter. What happens is he has to, transport these three ladies who were a part of this human trafficking system, and then when the Russian bad guy or whatever wants them back, the transporter basically has to stop them. So what did I think of The Transporter Refueled? This is a heaping pile of monkey garbage. This movie is bad. This is bad. I really did not like The Transporter Refueled. This is a bad movie, so yeah. So let's get into my positives, and my positives are, I do have actually a few positives with this film. First, the acting. Well, mostly two people, that's it. I thought Ed Sheeran was good, was actually pretty good as the transporter. I actually enjoyed him in this movie, as the transporter. He was actually pretty good. I actually enjoyed him as the transporter, so yeah. I thought Ray Stevenson was pretty good, the Punisher himself. I thought he was actually good in this movie. I really enjoyed him as well, so yeah. Some of the action scenes are pretty cool. I did like some of the action scenes with the Transporter Refueled. There were some cool action scenes, so yeah. But besides that, let's get into the negatives, because I have a lot of negatives with this film. And my negatives are the rest of the acting with this movie. The rest of the acting with this movie is horrendous. It is awful. I mean, you got the ladies who he has to transport, whatever. They're bad. They are just horrible in this movie. The guys who play the bad guys are terrible as well. They're not good. They're just your typical D-list bad guys for an action film. They really are, just the typical bad guys you see in all action films. And, they're not good. So, yeah. Yeah, the rest of the acting is just bad overall. Some of the other action scenes are garbage. They're just bad. I mean, the editing with them, like, you've seen this in Taken 3, you've seen this in The Gunman, where the editing is like quick, fast editing, and it's just hard to watch because it's just so badly edited. Luckily, there was no shaky cam. It was really just terrible editing with the action scenes, and it was just terrible, so yeah, I just didn't like the action scenes with this movie. There's just this one where they're like, it involves like drawers or whatever, and it's just bad. So yeah, the action scenes are horrible with this movie. The writing is the writing's bad. The writing is just bad. I mean, the dialogue that some of these people are given is just horrible. Really, it is. Like, the writing is just so painfully bad with this movie. I didn't like the writing. The writing was just painfully bad with The Transporter Refueled. So yeah. The directing is horrible. This movie is directed by the same guy who made Brick Mansions. Remember that movie last year with Paul Walker? That movie was bad, and this movie is even worse. I mean, he does a horrible job directing this movie. It is so bad that he does such a horrible job directing this film. It's a badly directed film. This movie is so boring. It really is. The movie is boring. I'm just sitting there that entire time, like, waiting for it to end, because it is just so boring. And the movie's not even that long. It's like an hour and 36 minutes, I think. And it's boring to watch. It is just so dull and boring to watch, So yeah, I just thought it was boring. Yeah, overall, guys, The Transporter Refueled is not a good movie. And by the way, it's incredibly stupid, this movie. It's incredibly stupid. So yeah, just really it is. I mean, there's a moment, I don't want to really spoil it, but I'm just going to say it involves a car and has to jump through something. Yeah, but, yeah, overall, The Transporter Refueled, this is not a good movie. This is probably one of the worst movies of the year. It is terrible, so yeah. So it's time for my official grade on The Transporter Refueled, and my official grade on The Transporter Refueled is a D. This movie is not good. It is terrible. Luckily, this movie is not making that much money, and I'm glad it isn't making any money because it's bad. We only need another Transporter movie after this, so yeah. Transporter Refueled gets a D. So what do you guys think of The Transporter Refueled? Leave it in the comment section below. And I'm WWE Fan 0599, and we'll see you all later. Peace.